Welcome to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Hi, I'm Nikki, a passionate special educator, autism advocate, resource creator with over a decade of experience, and you may know me as the face behind Teaching Autism. This podcast is your go-to place for practical tips, hands-on strategies, and inspiring and funny stories to support special educators all around the world, whether it's building independence, creating engaging lessons, or finding that elusive work-life balance. I'm here to help you thrive inside and outside of the classroom. Let's dive into today's episode and make a difference together. Hey teacher friend, and welcome back to the Teaching Autism and Special Education podcast. Today we're talking about something every special ed teacher knows all too well, that moment after a meltdown. The student's exhausted, you are emotionally drained, the classroom's tense and quiet, or maybe still buzzing with leftover energy, and you're standing there thinking, okay, now what? So today we're breaking down exactly how to help students recover from sensory overload, calmly, safely, and compassionately. We'll talk about co-regulation, recovery routines, and how to rebuild connection and communication once the storm has passed. Because what happens after the meltdown is just as important as what happens before. So step number 1, I want you to remember that recovery takes time. Let's start with the most important truth. The brain needs time to recover. After sensory overload, the nervous system is still on high alert, even if the student looks calm. You might think they've stopped crying or yelling, so let's get back to work. But inside, their body is still flooded with stress chemicals, adrenaline and cortisol, and their system is focused on safety and not learning. So your first job is not to teach, it's to help the body calm down. Now, recovery might take 5 minutes, it might take an hour. Rushing it only pushes the stress cycle to restart. Calm is always the priority. Step number 2, co-regulation comes before self-regulation. So you've probably heard the term self-regulation, but here's the catch. Kids can't self-regulate until they've been co-regulated. That means they learn to calm down through the presence and modelling of a calm adult. If you stay calm, consistent and gentle, your student's nervous system will start to mirror yours. If you rush, lecture or show frustration, their body will pick that up too. So first of all, take a breath, literally, drop your shoulders, soften your voice, slow your speech. You're not just managing behaviour, you are lending your calm to a nervous system in chaos, and that's the heart of co-regulation. Step number 3, we're going to remove demands and create a safe space. So after sensory overload, the brain is in recovery mode, and the worst thing you can do is pile on new demands. Say sorry, come sit down, clean up your mess. The student isn't ready for logic or tasks yet. They are still in survival mode. So instead, quietly create a safety zone. Now that could mean turning off bright lights or noise, offering their calm down space or a beanbag, giving access to favourite comfort tools, a fidget, a weighted lap pad, a blanket, keeping language minimal. You're safe, I'm here, take your time. This isn't giving in. It's teaching that calm is safe and recovery is not punished. So when that safety is predictable, those meltdowns should shorten over time. Step number 4, stay nearby but respect their space. Every student's recovery looks different. Some need closeness, others need distance. And the trick is to stay available and not intrusive. So what you can say is, I'll be right here when you're ready. Or use proximity without words. So sit nearby, face slightly away, do something quiet like sorting materials, and you're showing presence without pressure. Students who push people away are often testing, will you still be here when I'm not perfect? And when you stay calm and consistent, that trust grows and future meltdowns become less intense. Step number 5, regulate the environment and not just the student. Sometimes we focus so much on the child that we forget the space needs calming too. So after sensory overload, the environment might still be loud and bright or chaotic. So take a moment to reset the whole room. Dim the lights, turn off the background noise, give the peers some quiet activities, and model slow, calm movements. Because when the environment relaxes, the student's body starts to believe, okay, it's safe now. And regulation is contagious, and that works both ways. Step number 6, I want you to offer some sensory regulation tools. So once the student starts to show signs of calming, maybe their breathing is slowing, maybe there's less tension or quiet observation, that's your cue to offer some gentle sensory input. Now, every student will have their preferences, but here are some that often help. So deep pressure, think weighted blankets, tight hugs if they want, or pushing against a wall. Movement, think rocking, slow walking, and gentle swinging. Tactile, think stress ball, fidget, putty, or even soft fabrics. Auditory, think of calm instrumental music or white noise. Oral, chewing a chewy, sipping water, even crunching a snack. Sensory regulation brings the body back into balance, which then opens the door for communication and learning again. Step number 7, I want you to watch for a false calm. So here's something important. Not all calm is true calm. Sometimes students appear quiet because they've shut down, not because they've recovered. They might go still, they might stop talking, they might avoid eye contact, and you think, okay, we're fine now. But shutdown is just the flip side of overload. Their system has now gone into freeze mode. So watch for signs like a blank stare, rigid posture, no verbal or motor response, avoidance of interaction. And if that's the case, don't push for communication or compliance yet. Give more time, more quiet, and more gentle connection, and their body will let you know when it's ready. And then step number 8, I want you to reconnect before you talk about what happened. So once your student is truly calm, then it's time for connection. And this is when many teachers accidentally slip back into lecture mode. Why did you do that? We've talked about this. But remember, meltdowns aren't choices. They are the result of overload. The goal isn't to punish the meltdown, it's to repair the relationship after it. So you can start with something simple like, that was really hard. I'm glad you're okay. It looked like things felt too big earlier. I'm proud of you for calming your body. That reconnection is going to rebuild safety, and then that's when the meltdown is truly going to end. Step 9, I want you to gently debrief when the time is right. So reflection is important, but only when the student's brain is ready. So for some of our kids, that could be 20 minutes later. For others, it might even be the next day. When you do debrief, I want you to keep it short and simple. So ask, what helped your body feel calm? What should we do next time if it feels too loud? Do you want to draw what it felt like? This helps them build awareness without shame. So you're not saying you did something wrong. You're saying we're learning about your body together. That's empowerment, not correction. Step number 10, I want you to document and reflect. So after the student's safe and settled, take a few minutes to jot down what happened, not to dwell, but to learn. Write what triggered the overload, what helps calm them down, how long did recovery take, what could prevent this next time. Over time, you'll see patterns, certain noises, transitions, or times a day. And that data helps you make environmental tweaks or adjust schedules to reduce future overloads. So this is that quiet, detective part of teaching that nobody really talks about, but it's where real growth happens. Step 11, I want you to teach recovery as a skill. Just like we teach reading or math, we can teach regulation and recovery. So make it part of your classroom culture. Model breathing or stretching between activities. Have a calm corner that everyone uses, not just certain students. Celebrate when your students use regulation tools independently and use visuals to remind them to breathe, break, and reset. Because when that recovery becomes normalized, your students aren't going to feel so much shame if they have a meltdown, and then they're going to start to trust that calm is always possible and they can come back from this. And step number 12, regulate yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and meltdowns drain everyone. So after a tough one, take care of you too. Step in the hallway for a breath, sip some water, vent to a trusted colleague. You deserve recovery just as much as your students do, because you're human, and showing grace to yourself is going to help you keep showing grace to them. And the final step is step 13, and it's to remember the bigger picture. Meltdowns are not signs of failure. They're signs of a nervous system doing its best to cope. When you respond with calm, predictability, and empathy, what you're actually teaching is emotional safety. And you're showing that mistakes and big feelings don't break relationships. And that is the most powerful lesson that your students can ever learn from you. So next time you face a meltdown, I want you to remember, it's not the end of the day. It's the start of a new chance for connection. Don't rush it. Don't shame it. Anchor yourself in calm and help your student find their way back. Because every time that you help a child recover, you're also going to rewire their nervous system to trust and to believe that people can be safe and the world can be manageable and they're not broken for feeling overwhelmed. That's not just behavior support that you're helping, that's healing as well. I hope you found today's podcast episode helpful. I try to keep them short and sweet and full of information for you. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon.